All right. Hello. Good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic because today we're going to be talking about how I'm looking to invest in my high yield investments because as the market trends upwards, we're experiencing periods of growth within the S&P 500, which is fantastic for our YMAX investment. But one thing that we do have to think about is as the market appreciates, we want to make sure we're getting the best possible prices for our YMAX dividends and our YMAX share price, of course, but we want to make sure that the share price is not going to tank on us, which would then correspond to a tank in our dividends as well. So what I want to talk about in this video is my plan as the market is moving upwards, how I'm looking to position myself in my portfolios as I've added more money to both of my portfolios. And I want to talk a little bit about what I've done and what I'm planning to do with YMAX because I'm looking to buy more, but I have to be smart and you have to be smart too. So if you guys do enjoy this video, we're up to 5,868 subscribers. We're so close to 400 subscribers in the past 28 days, 399 subscribers in the past 28 days. Thank you to everyone who subscribed and made that possible. Let's keep it going. Okay, YMAX, a 68% dividend yielding ETF, holding all of the Yieldmax ETFs underneath it and paying out some pretty good dividends. Currently sitting at a share price of $17.47. We're up 80.87% on the day. It corresponds in actually beating SPY at the moment, but because the price movement is kind of moment to moment, of course, it's not going to be exact, but it's good that we're beating it. And then we're also beating XDT, which is the round hill S&P 500 synthetic cover call strategy ETF. Cool. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's look at YMAX's price chart history. So we see they've been kind of trending flat, which is fantastic. That's what we want to see. We want to see YMAX either trending flat or trending up, which means they're corresponding with the S&P 500 and with a 68% dividend. Trending flat is totally cool. That's a 68% return. But one thing is the market has been trending up. Over the past 6 months, up 15%. And what does this mean? This means that we're constantly reaching new market highs, and we're not necessarily sure when drops like this, for example, back we had in, it looks like, July, when they're going to happen, because they could happen at any time. Look, we're at a period in the market where we're seeing these little bumps of drawdown, little bump, drawdown, little bump, small drawdown. But we've seen a kind of like a tiny bit of a drawdown here, but it didn't really affect us too much with our YMAX position, which is great. But what if we see a big dip in the market? What does this mean for YMAX? This means YMAX price is going to fall, of course, but that also means their dividend yield is going to fall because as YMAX gets a smaller and smaller share price, I find that their dividends have gotten smaller over time. And this just kind of goes to show. You could see here at the start, they were paying roughly about 53. They jumped up to 73. This is when they were hovering about a roughly $21 stock. You could see that all the way up here. Back in, it looks like March, April, and May, roughly. So we go to March, April, and May for YMAX. March, April, and May. This is when they were paying out 73 cents per share. Pardon me, paying 73 cents per share. Now that you see that they've dropped down here, you look at, it looks like June, July, August, September. You can see, sure, September, they've kind of bumped it up with these weekly dividends, but you can see as their share price fell, so did their dividends. They dropped to 65 cents, then 59 cents, and then they transitioned to weekly dividends. But as YMAX share price falls, so will their dividend. And it's very important to get a great price for YMAX because if you get a great price, you get better dividends. If you get a high price and then the price automatically drops, you are going to receive a less dividend on your purchase, which of course is not ideal. We want to get the most money out of our YMAX investments. So what am I doing? I've actually added a little bit of money to my portfolio. My portfolio reached a new milestone, $25,000, which is fantastic to see. But what I've done is I've basically added about $3,000 cash. It hasn't fully loaded in, but I added $3,000 cash to my margin portfolio, and I just added about $1,500, which I've converted to 106 shares of DLR.TO, which I will journal over to DLR.UTO so I can have USD. Cool. So now that we kind of have that out the way, That's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to add cash because I'm looking to take advantage of any opportunities in the market. My real thinking is, as I mentioned before, I have two accounts. I have a cash account and I have a margin account. In my cash account, I'm looking to buy roughly $1,500 of YMAX every single maybe 2-week period. Whereas in my margin account, because I'm using leverage in my margin account and I have less money, I'm only looking to buy YMAX when I see a huge dip in the share price where I know that most likely I'm going to see appreciation and not depreciation. I have two accounts. This one is simply buy all the time. I buy all the time because I want to increase my share count. I want to increase my monthly dividends. But the margin, I don't buy all the time. I only buy when I see a fantastic opportunity, because when you're using other people's money, you want to make sure you're not going to get a margin call. You don't want to sell your shares because you don't have enough cash. You need to make sure that you have a solid buy price so that you're basically not going to risk yourself a margin call, that you believe your investment will trend upwards. Of course, is that logical? Do you think, every time you buy, your investment's going to trend upwards? No. But when you buy at a price that you're almost certain the price should trend upwards from then you should be confident, you should make the decision, and you should buy with a little bit of leverage if you're keen to do so. So that's really my plan. And how has this been working out so far for me? Pretty good. What I have here is very interesting. I don't know if I've shown you guys this before. Every year's dividend income. I have a list of every year's dividend income since I really started tracking my investments in 2021 all the way up to this year, 2024, here on the right. So what I've done is I've calculated my total dividends over the past year, and this is how this strategy has been working out for me. I started out, just to kind of put it in perspective here, I started with 0 in November 2021. Cool. I made my first kind of little dividend income, which was $2.34 here, December 2021. That totaled $230 for the year, as you could see right here. Oh, right down here. Excel is going to be going crazy on me, guys. I apologize. But you could see here that for the first year, 2021, $2.34. Then I almost 100 times that, which is not very difficult to do at the beginning, to 2022, where we made $153. 2023, I consider that another 10x, where I went to $1,000, and I really would have liked to 10x it again in 2024. Are we on that path? We're doing pretty good. I'm happy where we're at, but we still have a lot of room to grow. And this is 2024 right here. You can see started out $128 and $188 in terms of monthly income. And you can see it kind of stayed that way all the way up until June. July was where I really started to go heavy on buying YMAX in this Questrade portfolio. And it shows, because you could see here, when I started to go heavy, all of a sudden I went from $170 a month to $251 a month. Then I got up to $326 a month. September, last month, $451. And I've been buying very heavy on YMAX, and also added a position which was ULTY as well. You can see 164 shares, which I bought a portion of that in my margin account. You can see that right here. So what does that mean? That means I'm currently up to $554 in terms of monthly income for the month of October, but it doesn't end there, because we just received another dividend from YMAX. And basically, this dividend has not even factored into this $554 that we received. So really, hopefully, I like to see about $700 for this month in October. And then hopefully next month, what we could do is, with all this cash that we've inputted into our portfolios, I'd like to push to get $1,000 a month by next month. That is a goal. I want to see the big four. I want to see that big 4 digits, because you know what? $1,000 a month is a huge milestone for a lot of people when it comes to dividend investing. Of course, we're doing it very fast because we have YMAX, but we're only compounding our shares. And every single month we add in, that has to be the strategy. Although we're at market highs, you see SPYs trending up. You never know when the market's going to reach new highs or when it's going to fall, really, when we're at market highs. the best thing you can do is invest consistently. And when you see lows, you buy heavier. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm saving up cash in my margin portfolio. I'm saving up a decent amount of cash, but in my main portfolio, my cash account, I am consistently buying a certain amount every single month, which is what you have to do. This is going to consistently raise your income. And at the same time, when you do see a great opportunity that you can use other people's money to take advantage, you take advantage. You buy at fantastic prices. Whereas in the other one, you buy periodically just so that, you know what, if the market does trend up, you capture it. If YMAX continues to trend up and the market continues to trend up, you capture those gains. And you're not left hanging for trying to time the market. Look, you can try and time the market, but the best thing you could do is invest a consistent amount every single month into whatever you feel comfortable in. And then you go heavy when you need to, when you feel there's an opportunity. And that, I believe, is the best thing that I can do for myself. Of course, I'm not saying that's right or wrong. This is just solely my opinion. But the best thing I can do is invest consistently a certain amount. I'm comfortable every month, and then go heavy when the time is right. So I will keep you guys posted on any buys. I currently have a lot of cash sitting in the account. I'm looking to either buy YMAX or I'm looking to buy XDT. I'm kind of leaning towards YMAX. I like to see a good drop in YMAX before I buy in my margin account. But I'll keep you guys posted to when I see that. We're going to have to see a drop in SPY as well. If I can get a price in when SPY is about $545, and then YMAX hopefully maybe breaks the $16 barrier, maybe I might look to buy on margin. But for the current time being, I'm going to be buying some YMAX. I just have to wait for these shares to journal over, and I will continue to do that, build my 728 share position. So if you guys enjoyed this video, we're currently up to 5,868 subscribers. Stick with me for right now, because I want to say thank you very much for watching this video. I really appreciate you guys sticking to the end and enjoying this with me. It was a great one. I hope you guys got a sense of what I'm looking to do, what you guys should potentially do for yourselves, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.